cannot resuscitate him. That's what the I mean.
So eventually she unscrewed the top and threw it to the ground and walked up on the porch and under the rope and started dumping the gas all over the porch. So instantly it's like, okay, this is not good. Hey, do you need an ambulance?
No.
Huh?
A father charged with the murder of his emaciated 8-year-old son, an attempted arson on the birth home of Martin Luther King Jr., and a Florida city manager who appears to have drunkenly crashed his bicycle. We're taking a look at the top body cam moments from coast to coast with the most shocking and compelling video out there.
Dude, you don't even see what's going to come out of his house. He looks like he's not eaten in a month.
We begin in Peoria, Illinois, with the death of 8-year-old Navin Jones, who was found unresponsive on March 29th of last year. His father, Brandon Walker, is now charged with his murder. The trial is expected to begin on Monday. The boy's mother, Stephanie Jones, already pleaded guilty to murder charges last week. She now faces at least 20 years in prison and will likely testify against Walker.
So long story short, last night, 8 p.m., kid was put to bed by mom. She's been up. No one's checked on him since she called at like 2, whenever this came in, 2, whatever. She called for him, didn't hear from him, went upstairs, didn't hear from him, went in his room, unresponsive, cold. She puts him in the bathtub because he's cold. Maybe that'll help. And then calls us.
As body camera video explains, first responders arrived to the Peoria home last year to find the 8-year-old boy unresponsive. Authorities on the scene can be heard saying there has been custody issues with this family in the past.
He was last seen at 8 p.m. when he went to bed. She's been up for a while. Dad left at 6 a.m., didn't check on him, took the other son to work with him. She went to go check on him a little bit ago before she called. Called for him, he didn't answer.
She's been gone all day?
No, she's been here, I'm sorry. She's been here.
But he's just been in a bedroom or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
She called for him, didn't hear anything, so she went to go check on him. Went in the room, he was unresponsive, cold to the touch, so because he was cold, she put him in the bathtub, tried to warm him up. And the guy with the blue shirt on is co-worker who came with Dad. Their other son lives here as well, but Dad took the other son to work with him, and he is still at work, to my understanding. I haven't confirmed that. Jake and I had a standby with them and Dad's mom last year. Or Nate. And she went on vacation for a couple weeks. Well, she left the kids with them. She came back to get the kids. It was some dispute of, we've had them, you haven't been here, blah, blah, blah. Jake has a report and they documented all of that. She's trying to tell me today that Grandma wanted nothing to do with the kids, but that's not the case that I know. So.
Amongst themselves, investigators note the boy is wildly malnourished.
Is there anything that looks suspicious at all?
At first, authorities say they find a pulse on the boy.
They're going to transport him. Can I get you a coat or anything? Okay. They're going to transport. They have a pulse.
But soon they're unable to resuscitate Navin. Body camera video captures the devastating moment when officials break the news to the boy's parents.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to have to tell you, but through all our efforts, there's nothing that we can do further.
Oh my God.
Do you guys have time? Just call them
The cop just told me.
What the do you mean?
They cannot resuscitate him. That's what the I mean.
There's no f***ing way! There's no f***ing way!
I've been telling you and the DCFS bitch that he needed to be seen.
You guys are putting all your business out in front of everybody.
That his behavior was not normal.
If convicted in his son's death, Brandon Walker could spend the rest of his life behind bars. Stephanie Jones is set to be sentenced in February. Switching now to Rhode Island, where a Florida man now faces more than 100 charges for taking police on a high-speed chase after he opened fire at a Providence home. When he was finally arrested, first responders found him with more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition.
Almost got away with it.
On December 1st, investigators say 43-year-old Joshua Pavo began shooting at a home on the east side of Providence. When police arrived, a car chase began.
SUV, Florida police. That vehicle is wanted and other crimes down there as well.
Body camera video shows authorities catch up with Pavo.
Check it. So it's rolling?
Yeah. That's one. I have the air now. That's one. You have the air.
We're on that side?
Yep.
Myself and car 33, 1011, over, and Gardner. That's one, car.
He's then placed in the back of a squad car.
Almost got away with it.
All right, I need 3 units. I'll talk to you.
Say it? I don't believe so.
Another time.
Hit it.
Sit down.
We got rifle magazines, a rifle, we got stuff everywhere in the road up here.
We got to get somebody to check his squad and make sure it's not a fire.
In all, Pavo faces 106 counts, including obstructing an officer, eluding an officer with a motor vehicle in a high-speed pursuit, and carrying a gun without a permit. While Pavo was arrested in New England, he lives in Kissimmee, Florida, about 3 hours south of Fernandina Beach, where a city manager found himself in hot water.
How you doing, officer?
Good. How you doing, sir?
What's up, boss?
Everything all right?
Yeah.
Video shows Ty Ross on the side of the road, all smiles next to a crashed bicycle.
What's going on?
Let's get it.
What's going on tonight?
I am just
Okay. We're going to let you...
taking it as sound.
When asked whether he lives there, Ross can be heard saying, "Unfortunately."
Do you live here? Or are you on vacation?
Yeah. I unfortunately live here. I'm
When asked if he's been drinking, Ross dodges the question.
You out drinking tonight? It's all right if you were. I'm just trying to get you home.
man, it's a real deal.
An onlooking couple explained to the officer what they witnessed.
What was he doing?
Pardon?
What was he doing?
He was laying in the, I thought he got hit. He was laying in the grass.
All we did was ride our scooter by him and turn around and called y'all. Because if he got hit, I didn't want to touch him, you know, so.
But I went up and talked to him. He's drunk or still under both.
That in itself is okay, but being in the road is not okay.
But soon, the officer loads Ross and his bike into the squad and they make their way home.
All right. Have a good night, all right?
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Yeah, no problem. Just a heads up, if you ever need a ride or whatever, give us a call and we'll try to get you home, okay? So that way you don't fall off on your bike and possibly get hit by a car, okay? Because that wouldn't be good.
That's not good.
No. Call us anytime, okay? You're welcome. Have a good night.
Ross later apologized at a city commission meeting, saying he thought it would be more responsible to drunkenly ride his bike rather than drive a car. He was not charged. But Lanisha Henderson does face charges for attempting to burn down the birth home of Martin Luther King Jr.
I said, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can smell gas. So she came back down, she dropped the can in the bushes and then came back down to grab her lighter.
This story made national headlines when the 26-year-old was caught pouring gasoline on King's one-time home in Atlanta. 2 retired NYPD officers and tourists from Utah rushed to stop Henderson and detained her as they waited for first responders to arrive.
She came up behind this heavy gas can, and at first she just seemed like she was kind of doing her thing, like I thought we were just watering.
I just happened to be using a gas can
Yeah.
to water the plants.
And then she had trouble getting it open, so eventually she unscrewed the top and threw it to the ground and walked up on the porch and under the rope and started dumping the gas all over the porch. So instantly it's like, okay, this is not good. And I said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And you can smell gas. So she came back down. She dropped the can in the bushes and then came back down to grab her lighter.
Video shows officers cuff Henderson and walk her off to a squad car.
Hey,
ma'am, you all right? Yeah, she's good. I would be checked out by Grady or something? What's going on today? You want to stand up for us?
You all right?
What's going on? You know your name? Step back over here to the well, we can go. Matter of fact, we can go
Honey, I'm supposed to leave stuff over.
Henderson is now charged with arson and is being held in jail without bond. For all the latest body camera videos, true crime developments, and news from the courtroom, make sure to subscribe to Law&Crime Network's YouTube page. Reporting for Law&Crime Network, I'm Gillespie.